Krasny den vam všem, and welcome to another artistic moment with BaletNDB. Now, currently the company is preparing for the much anticipated contemporary program titled Bolero. Now, on this program, we have 3 contemporary works by 3 established choreographers. Now, everyone is here right now, making sure that everything is ready for your viewing. So, stay tuned as we find out more about this delectable program. What is Walking Mad all about?
I think the title can be a little bit misleading.
Yes.
I would say it's more about a woman in different stages of her life.
Oh.
So it starts with a quite more of an innocent young woman who's exploring or discovering the world and men. And then it goes into the next, when she's in the beginning of a relationship. And then the last part is more about at the end of the relationship. It's quite of a journey for the audience.
Yes.
To see this piece with all the things that happens. Very good music.
This Bolero music
it's
is
a very
just
good music.
beautiful.
And then it's a little gem.
Yes, absolutely. It's quite relatable for most people who see the different characters and they can relate to it all.
Yes.
The title, Mountain Call, it is quite a rooted title and makes a person wonder about the depth of this work. What is Mountain Call all about?
So the title is inspired from one of the 3 tracks that are included in the piece. Like you said, it has this sort of monumental ring.
Yes.
I would say it has a weight. It's heavy. I associate that heaviness with cultural identity. The piece itself works in pictures as folklore does.
Okay.
I'm using folk music as well. There are 3 pictures in which we explore different rituals. Ritual of birth, life in general, marriage and death.
Oh, wow.
These folkloric thematics are explored into a contemporary context, that there are a lot of wonderful things from different cultures, a lot of knowledge, a lot of ancient knowledge, I would say, that is somehow forgotten.
Yes, absolutely.
And when I relate that with the world in which we're living today, that's where the question is.
Ah, okay.
That's where the question is. We are going full speed now with the development of technology and everything else. But what about the needs of the human being, actually? The way I believe we should move forward is by trying to learn also from other culture, respecting other culture, and not developing it into a conflict.
I mean, it's quite brave of you, but I think, as artists, that's what we do. You wear your heart on your sleeve and hope that people receive it well. So Anyway, thank you so much for sharing this cultural piece of treasure with the people of Brno, and I hope that this is going to be many, many, many more offerings to come from you. Today's society is seemingly democratic and progressive, but when it comes to certain topics that might affect our personal lives, there seem to be many questions left unanswered. The last thing on tonight's program is titled Unanswered Questions, and it is choreographed by the artistic director of BaletNDB, Mr. Mario Rotochovsky. Hello, Mario.
Hello, Thoriso.
What is Unanswered Questions all about?
I was brought up certain way. I was brought up in certain, very Christian family, very Catholic family, let's say, with certain beliefs. And then, of course, I was lucky and fortunate to just travel around the world and see different cultures, different behaviors, different anything. Even the color of the skin. Czechoslovakia, when I was born, there was hardly any dark-skinned people in country. There is so many topics what is in my head when I try to answer properly your question. And more I think about this topic, more unanswered questions I have.
Now let's talk a little bit about the choreographic process. There seemed to be quite a lot of symbolism in the piece. We have the elusive chanteuse who seduces the young man. We've got a little woman wearing a beautiful white thing that flies around, and then we have this orange.
It has certain, it's very fruity, it's very tasteful, but it's in, you don't know what is in. If it's rotten, if it's fresh. There is many things when I thought like about, it's hidden, but by peeling it off, you discover what is in. That one man, I put man, but it can be anybody, just human, is simply discovering who he is, perhaps also, or what he likes, and tastes change over the years, over the experiences. And I was very careful to not be judgmental in any case, because that's not who am I to judge.
Yeah.
And I think it's important we have it on our repertoire.
Art should reflect the times that we live in. And if people come to the theatre and they don't leave with questions, then we are not doing our job. And I think this piece really is a conversation bringer, and it does question many things: status quo, heteronormative perspectives, and how we see ourselves in our places in society. So I think that's very, very important. I wanted to ask you another question, which is, when you're looking at Nezabovizini Otaski, I mean, one could argue that it's too much. One could argue that it's not enough. How do you know, as a choreographer and as an artistic director, knowing your public and knowing your city, how do you know not to cross the invisible margin of taste?
Very good question. I do hope I cross the line.
Oh, you want to cross the line?
I wanted to cross the line. I crossed the line purposely because I think it's important to cross the lines. And I will go to things what Jiří keeps saying always, like if Tchaikovsky and Petipa didn't reach their necks, there is no Swan Lake, they crossed the line big time.
The thing to remember for most people actually in these instances is live and let live. Never stop another human from experiencing their truth and living out their lives just because we don't know about it. The world is constantly evolving, and it is up to us to keep that wheel of time moving forward and not holding it back with our values and all the things that we've grown up knowing. So anyway, thank you so much for being an incredible artistic director.
Let's think about that.
Let's think about that one. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Mr. Mario Rodachowski. Unanswered Questions is going to be in the repertoire of BaletNDB for quite some time. So please make sure to come, see, observe, drink the juice from the orange, and follow BaletNDB. As you've just heard from our choreographers, the Bolero program promises to be a nourishing and cultural experience. Please make sure that you never miss out on any of the BaletNDB programs by visiting their website and all their social media platforms. Now, as always, it's been a fantastic time sharing in all these artistic moments with you. So, from me, Thoriso Magongwa, Brno.